Welcome, everyone. Thanks for coming. Beautiful day outside. Where else would you rather be? I want to go over, this is our last show, out of 5, so I really appreciate you coming. I think they're tired of me enough, they want to be done. They'll put a good show on for you. I wanted to thank, first of all, the Kent Theater and the staff for having us here, and accommodating you and giving you all the refreshments you guys need. The Cedar Springs community players who produced the show. Anybody interested in acting, doing behind stage, just come see us. We'd love to have you. I want to thank the cast who's put up with me for 6 weeks. You know, and they're rather tired of me. The crew who's done the lighting and backstage, what help they've been, and thank you to the audience. Appreciate you guys coming. It'll be a fun show. When we do these shows, we do auditions, and I have people try out, and we try to give as many people roles as we can. And once they get a role, we become, like I say, one big happy family. It's not really true, but and so with that in mind, I want to introduce Madison Ruth, who's going to do the rules for the theater and the things you can and cannot do while watching the play.
Hi, I'm Madison. Despite what he said, I really didn't want this part. I really deserve a much bigger part, and he knows it. I'm a budding star.
She has a great sense of humor.
I'm not joking. I'm better than any of the actors you have back there, especially the adult actors.
Stick to the script. We really went over this many times.
I could be the old mom.
Now, kids, you just hush up, keep quiet, so as not to disturb the other people around you.
I thought you got over this.
Don't make me come over there.
I could be the engineer. Please refrain from taking photographs, especially flash photography, as the intensity of the light will impede the actors' required mental stimuli needed to complete their task.
You're not the right gender to be the engineer.
Okay, I could be the feminist. I insist the men turn off their cell phones. Your conversations will undoubtedly be demeaning to women in their pursuit of gender equality. Ladies, just silence them so you can receive meaningful texts.
Typical feminist.
I could be the stoner. Like, whoa, dudes, you have the munchies? Please show when you eat. Oh yeah, there's no smoking too. Bummer. Yeah, man, like even that kind of smoking, double bummer.
I don't think this is working out. I appreciate your time.
Don't worry, I quit. But call my agent next time you have auditions.
Now you see what I have to put up with all the time. Enjoy the show, everybody. Thank you.
Sorry to come over unannounced, Patsy. I hope this is a good time.
Sandra, you know you are always welcome.
Even when I bring Roy.
Let me think about that.
Well, believe me, I tried to get out of the house without him. But once he sniffed out the brownies, there was no losing him. He was 2 steps behind me the whole way over here.
Well, I guess you had no choice then. So, where'd he go anyway?
Most likely into the bathroom. The older he gets, the oftener he goes. But as long as he's not here, I wanted to ask you something. Now, when we talked on the phone yesterday, I said something wasn't right. Now, is something bothering you?
Oh, don't worry about me. I am fine.
Honey, we've been friends over 40 years. We've lived next door to each other that whole time. Your daughter married my son. I mean, we're in-laws, for God's sake. So I think I would know when something's bothering you. So what's the matter?
Okay, well, I didn't want to say anything on the phone. I just feel like I'm constantly burdening you with my problems lately.
But good friends are there when you need them.
I seem to need you an awful lot lately, and I fear I don't give you much in return.
Oh, you do a lot for me. And besides, good friends don't require anything.
Oh, yes, they do. I want some whiskey.
Really, Roy? As usual, I must apologize for my husband.
I looked in the dining room. I searched the kitchen. I even scoured through the pantry. Nothing.
Oh, now you know Bill was the only one who drank liquor. May he rest in peace.
He probably took it with him. I know I couldn't rest in peace without liquor.
Sorry, I'm just not much of a drinker. Well, I do like a glass of wine from time to time. In fact, I really like this Merlot I found at the store.
You obviously had no intention of sharing. I was hoping to get at least one free drink out of you. At this point, I'd even settle for vodka.
Oh, for God's sakes, Roy, can't you wait till we get home? Our neighbor and friend is struggling. Just why don't you sit down and try listening?
What? Listen to two women transforming a minor inconvenience into a mountainous problem? Pass.
Roy?
So instead of giving me whiskey, you want me to listen to your trouble. Let me see. Which would I rather do? Listen to girl talk or drink whiskey?
Well, maybe you could show a little compassion for once.
And you really expect me to do that sober?
No. Lately, he's been doing nothing sober.
All right, let me get this straight. Patsy, you're comfortable talking about these troubles in front of me?
Of course, you are a dear friend.
And when you're done, you want me to offer my opinion?
Any help is appreciated.
And you want that opinion from a male perspective?
You know what, Roy? On the top shelf of the fridge, there's a bottle of gin and some tonic next to it. Go make yourself a drink.
I know I'm going to regret saying this, but Roy, just sit down and listen. Now, honey, you sounded so sad on the phone. Tell us what's wrong.
All right, well, it's been almost 2 years since Bill passed away. And you would think it would get easier, but it just doesn't. I get so lonely at times.
Oh, yes, honey. I can only imagine how difficult this must be for you. I often wonder what life would be like without my Roy.
I have to take a crap.
Do you have to be so crude?
Well, excuse me. My mistake. I have to go see a man about a horse. Nature's calling. Not sure how it got my number. I gotta go bomb the bull. Be right back.
Please, wait till we get home.
All right, I'll wait. But in the meantime, don't be blaming me for any sounds or smells you allow.
Roy, please. Oh, Patsy, dear. Now, anytime you need to talk, all you have to do is call me.
Oh, Sandra, you are a wonderful friend.
Hey, what about me?
But you know how it is. Sometimes you need more than friends. Sometimes you need your family to make your life whole. And well, maybe I'm being selfish, but I just don't feel like I get enough time with my family.
Yes, you're right, honey. Sometimes family is the only thing that can get you back on track. I have a suggestion. Now, why don't you call them and tell them how much you're missing them and have them come over for dinner?
No, that's just it. I invited them all over for dinner last Sunday, and none of them could make it.
Well, they're probably really busy. But if you schedule something further in advance, and maybe on a regular basis, it'll all work out. Now, I think it's important that you share this with the family. Let them know what you're feeling. Now, if you talk to them, they'll come over.
I'm not so sure. You see, when I invited them all over individually, they each said yes. they found out the rest of the family was coming over, they said no. Charlotte had some meeting of her women's group she had to attend, and Isaac suddenly remembered some big project he had to finish at work.
Well, what about Audrey? She doesn't work on Sundays, does she?
No, no, I don't think so.
Audrey works?
All she said was she anticipated being very tired on Sunday.
Oh, well, isn't she feeling well?
The fact is, Audrey's lazy as hell. With all due respect, she's been lazy since she was a little girl.
Roy, why don't you go out and find that gin and don't come back for a while?
The more you insist I leave, the harder it is for me to go. Although, I do hear that gin calling me. Roy! Roy!
My family is falling apart.
Come to me, Roy!
Well, I don't know what to do about it. Do you realize the last time I had all the kids over here together was Bill's passing?
Well, but I thought I saw Charlotte over here the other day.
I see them all individually, but not together. As soon as one of them comes over, the other one's just back up. That's no way for a family to act. They all live close by. It shouldn't be that hard.
Well, how about I talk to our son? Now, I'll have Jordan let Charlotte know how important it is for you to see the family.
You want Jordan to talk to his wife, Charlotte, who thinks women ought to rule the world? No man, especially her husband, is going to influence her. Patsy, you need to face the fact that your kids just don't like each other.
All I want is for my family to be together and to be happy. All of this tension between the kids is just depressing me.
What I think Roy is trying to say, honey, is that over the years, your kids have grown apart from each other.
No, what I'm trying to say is that your kids just can't stand each other. And it started a long time ago. But Patsy, why do you care if your kids see each other as long as you get to see them?
Oh, you men just don't get it.
I forgot. You're right, my dear. You're right. Women aren't happy controlling their own lives. They have to control everyone else's too.
When Bill and I were raising them, we stressed the importance of family. We did a lot of things together. We made great family memories, and my kids seem to have forgotten that.
Well, you made a common parental mistake. You assumed kids would listen. I believe families are like brownies. They can be really sweet, but they're usually full of nuts, too.
Well, even if my kids have chosen to miss out on family love, I want my grandkids to have that opportunity too. I think God gave us relatives for a reason.
Well, that's all well and good. But you want to know what I believe?
No, not really, no.
God gave us relatives. So thank God we can choose our friends.
Well, how profound, Roy. I see that you're back to quoting fortune cookies again.
Patsy, I know what you need. A man. You remember my friend Nelson? Yeah, he was asking me about you the other day. Why don't you come with us down to the Legion and play bingo sometime? I can reintroduce you to him.
Now you just wait a minute, Roy. Just be quiet for a minute. Or an hour. Or longer. Now, Patsy, dear, if you're feeling lonely, perhaps you should seek professional help. Now, I have a friend who sees a therapist, and she says it helps her a lot.
Can I make another suggestion?
Hell no.
Make sure the therapist is a man. Otherwise, you got two women talking, and before you know it, poof, there goes all your retirement money.
Maybe I should see a therapist. I've been fretting about this so much lately, I can hardly concentrate on anything. I can hardly remember what I did an hour ago, let alone a day ago.
Oh. Well, maybe it's just depression.
Maybe it's just senility.
And
don't worry about it. She won't remember it in 5 minutes.
I did see my doctor a couple days ago.
Oh, was he able to help?
He talked to me a little bit. He ran some tests. He took some blood, and he didn't find anything very significant.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
Yeah, too bad you didn't find something really, catastrophic.
Roy, why don't you go out and buy some liquor or anything else? Just leave.
I'm not leaving. You obviously need a man's perspective. Plus, the brownies are here.
Well, he did say that my blood sugar was a little high, and if I wasn't careful, it could turn into something more serious, but he wasn't overly concerned.
I got it. Just tell the kids that the doctor said you only got a short time left. That'll get their attention.
I can't lie like that, especially to my family.
Patsy, I've known you for 40 years now, and I've seen you lie with the best of them, family or no family. But if you need some training, I can give you a few pointers.
Just hold on. Now, Patsy, why don't you tell the kids that the doctor found some medical issues, and he's prescribed a treatment which he hopes will avoid more serious consequences. That will get their attention.
Now, I can lie like that.
Right. Then, in a few months, you can tell them that he found a cure, or that he has a new diagnosis. By that time, you'll have their full support, and your family will be functioning as before.
That's a depressing thought.
Haven't you left yet?
Sandra? Oh, what a wonderful idea! Oh, I'm so glad you thought of that. Oh, I'm glad you came over. I'm glad you're my best friend.
What? Here I endure their complaining for what seems like hours. Listen to their troubles. Being the kind, caring, compassionate guy I am, I come up with an idea to solve their problem. And they criticize it, make a teeny tiny, itsy bitsy little minor change to it, and then take credit for my brilliance. Isn't it just like a woman?
Here, Roy. Here is $50. Now you could just leave, but you can take your brownie with you.
Better yet, why don't you drive the 8 hours to Kentucky and buy yourself some moonshine?
Hello, is anyone home? Mom, I let myself in. Mom, are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. Oh, honey, I think I'm okay. Oh, Sawyer, nice to see you.
Hi, Grandma.
Oh, honey, you know the routine.
You bet.
Oh, how's school? Do you have a boyfriend?
Mom won't let me have boyfriends, only girlfriends.
What?
They inhibit a young woman from reaching her full potential. Instead of concentrating on academics and choosing the right college and career path, they worry about their hair and makeup. She'll have plenty of time for boyfriends later. School's fine. School inhibits a young woman from reaching her full potential.
I'm glad to hear that, Sawyer. Now, how do you like your classes?
They follow that age-old path that makes them dependent on men for their happiness. And we all know how that turns out. Classes aren't too bad. Unfortunately, she'll have plenty of time for men when her career is settled. I fear a man will still get in the way then. But she'll have the security to make her own decisions.
Mom, who's gonna want me when I'm old, wrinkly, and 30?
Oh, well, thanks for coming over, Charlotte.
Now, Mom, you know how I feel about Charlotte.
It's a beautiful name. Your father and I spent a lot of time choosing just the right name for you.
When names are undoubtedly female, it puts women at a disadvantage. In business, you are routinely dismissed or taken for granted. Feminine names only reinforce the belief that the genders are different.
Well, I do believe that the genders are different. Although it has been a while since I last checked.
When men deal with Charlotte, they think they have the advantage from the start. When they hear Charlie, they know I mean business and no one is going to dominate me.
Okay, Charlotte, you made your point.
Feminine names portray women as overly concerned about looks and not about brains.
Oh, nice haircut, by the way.
Thanks. Didn't Brittany do a great job with the color? I just love it. So, Mom, don't you want to talk about your doctor's visit? No.
Well, it's quite involved. I would prefer to wait.
Oh, Jordan stopped next door to see his parents. It might be a while. I can fill him in on the details when he gets here.
I would prefer to wait.
Wait for what?
Well, the others, they should be here soon.
Others?
Well, Audrey might be a little late.
Audrey?
And Isaac.
You didn't tell me my siblings were coming.
You didn't ask?
Mother, how could you do this?
Well, I picked up the phone and called them. Well, I'm gonna go check the door. I think some of them might be here now.
Well, I'll bet it's not Audrey. She was late to her own birth.
Well, now that you mention it, she was a week past her due date. Oh, there they are. Hi, Isaac. Oh, and you brought Al.
Hello, Mother. He prefers Albert, Mother.
Oh, yes, that's right. Hi, Al.
Hello, Grandmother. Go ahead, son. Remember, we talked about this before we left. As long as the person is a relation, no more than 2 times removed, and they invite you to do so, it's okay to embrace said person, but no more than 2 to 3 seconds.
Ooh, how cool. You have a girlfriend.
No, just a couple of male friends.
He's a bit awkward when it comes to social skills.
I guess the acorn doesn't fall far from that tree.
Now, Aunt Charlotte, given the topography and average wind velocities surrounding most oak forests, acorns will generally germinate no more than 5.46 meters from the outside span of a tree's branches.
Don't forget that in the United States, there are around 62 species of oak, so your calculations might be off. The white oak is the largest species in the United States, spanning a width of around 30 meters.
I think my point is made, brother.
So, how is everyone doing? It's so nice to see you.
Hello, Charlotte.
Isaac, it's been a while.
Yes, approximately 1 year, 10 months, and 5 days. Mother's funeral, if I remember correctly.
Can I get anyone anything to drink?
I'll take a Coca-Cola. Do you have one?
I've got some Coke right
Albert, why don't you go into the kitchen and get yourself a Coca-Cola? In the meantime, I can speak with your grandmother and Aunt Charlotte.
No need, Al. I've got some Coke right there. Why don't you grab one and go sit on that sweet little bench with your cousin?
Go ahead, son. Girls don't bite. There are a few exceptions. So, Mom, it's kind of rare that you invite over both Charlotte and me.
Oh, I invite all of you kids to dinner each and every month.
You usually tell me when you invite Charlotte and Audrey. I do so appreciate that. You obviously didn't inform me this time. So, what can I do to help? Your message was a little vague.
A little vague. She said she went to the doctor and they found some health issues she wanted to discuss with us. I swear, if she brought you the x-rays, the CAT scan, and the latest 100-page dissertation on her condition, you would still dive into some rabbit hole and pursue some obscure detail.
You sure do talk a lot. So, Mom, what's wrong? And keep your comments simple so Charlotte can understand.
Let's just wait a few more minutes till Audrey arrives.
Is Lily coming too?
Lily's coming too.
Should I assume you told her 3 p.m. like the rest of us?
So they'll be here soon then.
It's already 3:15.
Actually, it's 3:17 p.m.
Given my previous experience with Audrey, if you told her 3 o'clock, she won't arrive until at least 4:30.
Actually, based on her prior behavior, my calculations have her arriving at 4:26 p.m.
She should be here soon. I told her to arrive at 2 o'clock.
Hi, Mom. Like we let ourselves in. Wow.
remember my boyfriend, Steve Stone? You can call him Stone.
Nice to see you.
I don't remember him.
I don't think we've met.
Oh, that's right. We've only been together for a year. And oh, what a year it's been! Tony, these are my Sims.
Like, whoa. Audrey told me stories about her Sims, but I didn't think they were real people. Until now.
Oh, babe, you know what? It's way better when they're not real people.
Well, thanks for coming over, guys.
No sweat. We were just gonna Netflix and chill.
We can do that later, babe.
Yeah, but hey, so what's up?
So, babe, this is my brother, Isaac.
Yes, it's interesting to make your acquaintance. Based on my initial observations, you two are a match made in heaven.
But, Father, I thought you didn't believe in heaven. There's no scientific proof.
And this is my sister, Charlotte.
I prefer Charlie. It's nice to meet you, Stone.
Right.
Audrey, why do you always insist on introducing the man first?
Oh, Lily, oh.
There you are, princess. Come on over and give me a hug.
Hi, Grandma. Mom made me come over, and I'm getting a little old to be called princess.
That's right. Don't let society limit you with those traditional concepts of femininity. You fight, girl.
Soon, I'm going to be queen. Can't us kids just go into the kitchen so we don't get in your way?
Oh, no, Lilliputian. You are becoming a young lady now. And it's time that you stayed with us adults and listened to some adult conversation and stuff.
Lily, why don't you just come back over here and sit with us?
These adult conversations are always the same.
You'll argue,
You'll yell.
you'll lose your temper,
And then you'll lose the facts.
and then you'll just leave with the same opinion that you came with.
Don't make us endure that.
I didn't do anything wrong. Why am I being punished?
OMG, this is gonna be like so boring.
Don't worry, Sawyer. Given how much our family enjoys spending time together, it won't take long.
Now you three kids just sit there and get to know each other. Who knows, maybe you'll find something in common.
It looks like they've got one thing in common.
So, Mom, I saw your text. I couldn't really read it. It was kind of fuzzy. But if there's anything that Stone and I can do to help, we're here for you.
Yeah, like you just tell us what you need and stuff. We've got medications.
You just let the doctor dispense the drugs. I'm sure they will be a lot more effective than what you can offer.
Well, I doubt that is true, sis. But for your information, I was going to offer Mom some cashola.
Oh, well, thank you, dear, but I don't need any money.
Since when do you have cashola? You've been sucking money from our parents for as long as I can remember. You are the laziest person in the family. No, you are the laziest person I have ever met.
Oh, please don't fight. Charlotte, do something.
Do something? He's right on both accounts. She is constantly siphoning money from you, and she's lazy.
Nah, she's not lazy. She just likes to chillax a while before she gets tired.
Well, brother and sister, I have news for you. Thanks to Mom and Dad, I now have plenty of cash.
Mom, you didn't loan her money, did you? I warned you that she...
I didn't loan her any money. At least not this time.
Mom, do you remember when was younger.
Well, of course I do, dear. You're such a blessing at times.
Do you remember, like you used to tell me, how important it was to find a passion?
Oh, I remember telling all of you to follow your dreams.
Yeah. And do you remember telling me that once I find that passion, I need to embrace it and let it motivate me? Yeah, you're like the coolest mom ever. I just want to really thank you for that awesome passion speech.
Oh, honey, you don't know how happy it makes me hear you say that.
So Mom gave you advice and you found a passion. What does this have to do with making money? Is it logical?
Well, this might be hard for you to comprehend, Mr. Engineer, but not everything in life has to be logical. You know, sometimes life can be like touching and spiritual.
Yeah, man. Like sometimes you just need to redirect your chi. Oh.
I'm with Isaac. It doesn't make sense.
Well, thanks to that awesome passion speech, I want to announce that Stone and I have started our own business that not only makes us lots of money, but makes us feel good too.
Oh, well, I am honored that you would give me some credit.
I am thrilled to announce that for the last few months, Stone and I have been in the business of growing and selling medical marijuana.
Oh, Lord. Don't give me any credit. No, you thought of that all night. Let's talk about the time.
Mrs. Audrey's mom, it's been an honor working with your daughter. She's awesome, and she has influenced me greatly.
I suspect so has the marijuana.
And to celebrate my new career, I brought brownies. Does anyone want some?
I do.
I do.
On second thought, yeah, well, why don't you kids go in the kitchen?
Albert, your grandmother's right. Your aunt and Stoner are not a good influence.
I actually wouldn't mind staying here.
This might be fun after all.
I'm hungry for sweets. I agree with Isaac, God help me. Sawyer, go into the kitchen.
But I thought you wanted me to experience the family.
Believe me, I never meant that in a positive way.
I especially want to get to know my Aunt Audrey.
No.
And Uncle Stoner.
No. You kids need to go in the kitchen. There's some lunch meat and cheese on a platter. You can help yourself. And there is some cake on the counter for dessert.
But I thought we were having brownies for dessert.
We'll talk later, Sawyer.
Do you mind if I go in the kitchen with the kids? I'm like really hungry.
Well, great. Stoner has the munchies.
Sure. Help yourself to the food.
So, Mom, please tell us what's wrong so that I can help and so I can leave as soon as possible.
So we can help, and then I can leave too.
First of all, please, let's just sit down. Well, thank you all very much for coming. Having you all here together makes me feel like we are one big happy family again.
One big happy family. You have one of Audrey's brownies.
Sorry, Mom, but we haven't gotten along since we were teenagers. I can't remember the last time this family was happy.
I'm happy right now.
Well, can't we all pretend to be happy again? You know, like when you were kids.
Do you think Charlotte could ever be happy? The only way she would be happy is if every human male were eradicated from the face of the earth and women were left to dominate.
Well, perhaps this is a good time to share some news with you.
Unfortunately, males are still needed for procreation.
Artificial insemination is an option.
Good point. I'm happier now.
Well, as you all know, I went to see the doctor.
Audrey here is only happy if she's stoned out of her mind.
I'm really happy right now.
Rather difficult to carry on a meaningful conversation with someone whose vocabulary is dominated by, wow, man, that's cool, or the moon is so bright, or I'm hungry, again.
I'm a little less happy, but I'm still happy.
Hi, everyone. I was next door at Mom and Dad. Sorry I'm late.
Jordan, well, maybe you can help. I was hoping we could all sit down and talk as a family.
How do you expect me to get along with someone who expects that every man subject himself to the control of a woman?
Isaac, I don't see how you would get along with any woman. Hey, why don't we go ask your ex-wife? I'm sure she would.
On second thought, maybe I'm not so sorry I'm late.
Hey, I'm just thinking you two that maybe if you just try it around, it might help things for an hour or so.
Jordan, you've been married to this woman for what, 20 years now?
Wow, man, pleasure.
Has there ever been a time when Charlotte has not tried to dominate you?
On third thought, I'm going to go back to my parents' house.
Has there ever been a time when she has not tried to dominate?
Charlie, how should I answer that?
No further questions. Your witness.
Well, honestly, I think every wife tries to dominate her husband.
Well, so I need to tell you all what the doctor said on my last visit.
Isaac, you just can't stand it when women strive for equality in this world. When they achieve great things, you're simply a misogynist.
Wow, Isaac, when did you get a new job? I have a friend who's a misogynist. She works for Dr. Martin, the dentist right here in town. He's a really good misogynist, too.
So the doctor noticed a very small change in my
No,
medical
Audrey,
condition.
that's a hygienist. A misogynist is someone who hates women.
That's not exactly the definition.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. Because Dr. Martin is a woman, and my friend is a woman, and she loves working for Dr. Martin, who's a woman. I just talked to them yesterday, I think.
According to the dictionary, misogynist is a person, usually male, who dislikes, despises, or strongly prejudiced against women. Charlotte thinks that's me.
Oh, good to know, Isaac. Good to know. So what would you call someone who hates men?
Well, that's easy. It's called a feminist.
You're wrong, Isaac.
Thank you, Jordan.
A person who hates men is called a wife.
I'm kind of hungry right now.
Oh, so maybe the change in my medical condition was not so small.
Isaac, it's plain and simple. You, my brother, are a misogynist.
My hat's off to you, Jordan. How you can tolerate this woman is beyond me. Mom, I'm off to the Masonic Temple. So sorry I can't stay. I'll see you all later. Well, I'll see most of you later.
That's not cool, Isaac.
No, well, the news from the doctor is actually quite serious.
The Masonic Temple? See, that proves my point. You belong to an organization where most of the members don't want equality of the sexes. The Masons are nothing more than a little men's club.
It's a place where people like me can get away from people like you. Sometimes men just like to be alone. No, sometimes men just need to be alone.
Okay, so not all those test results are in, but there is a grave concern.
Sorry,
that
Mom, but I need to work off all of this aggression. Jordan, we need to leave. Before I say something I will regret.
Wow, man, like you haven't already?
Get it right, Audrey. It should be wow, woman.
Maybe we should all just take a breath.
Isaac Williams, how can you support an organization that blatantly excludes half the population? Jordan, we are leaving. Drop me off at Curves on the way home.
Stoney and I were going to join Curves, but Stoney said, babe, they don't allow men.
And men don't care.
Sometimes women just like to be alone. No, sometimes women just need to be alone.
Stop it! No. Can you all quit arguing for 1 minute and let me speak?
I'm cool with that.
With this group, 1 minute's a lot to ask.
Jordan, didn't you hear my mother? She asked if we could keep quiet and you insist on making
Charlotte!
You asked for 1 minute of silence? She didn't last 10 seconds.
Everybody just sit down and shut up! Please.
Whoa, this is really weird.
I didn't bring you all here to listen to you argue. I brought you here to let you know that Dr. Phillips has noticed a change in my medical condition.
Oh, Mom, that's a bummer.
Well, how serious is it?
Can you give us the diagnosis and let me look at supporting documentation?
He said it was quite serious.
Mother, I'm so sorry.
Do you have any charts I can look at?
Stoney and I might have some medication that will help.
Your medication won't help.
I guarantee it'll help her all the way to the end and beyond.
That's not going to help her in heaven.
Heaven? There's no scientific support for heaven. Why, all the facts...
Mom's not dying. The doctor just said it was serious.
How do you know? You didn't see the charts.
Oh, well, just shut up. The truth is, I may only have months to live.
No, cats.
Months?
Wow, that doesn't seem very long.
Why didn't you tell me earlier?
Mom, I'm so sorry. In light of the bad news, did you, by chance, make changes to the will like I suggested?
What changes? Isaac, why didn't you discuss this with me?
I suggested she put most of her money into a trust fund for the grandchildren. I was looking out for their interests.
And I wouldn't?
You would likely waste the money supporting some sort of radical girls group. And Audrey here, any money given to her would literally go up in smoke.
Hey, that's not true. I make brownies now. And I'm gonna have one.
I suppose you feel you're the only responsible one.
Yes, I am the only responsible one. The fact that I don't need the money only proves it. I am an engineer, and I am financially positioned to live comfortably doing my research until I am 99 years old. Do you want to see my spreadsheets?
Pass the brownies.
Did any of you hear what I said? I said I only have months to live, and all you can do is argue about the inheritance. All I want is your love, and all you want is my money.
Sorry, Mom.
Isaac just has no social skills.
I was just looking out for your legacy.
You are nothing like the children your father and I raised. You have no compassion. You have no sympathy. Well, I don't know what I'm going to do, but at least now I know the truth.
Patsy, if you want to know the truth, maybe you should start by telling the truth yourself.
Jordan, this is not the time.
Just a second, Charlie. When I was at my parents', I had a little conversation with my dad. He had just returned from a day trip to Kentucky. During that conversation, he mentioned your trip to the doctor, Patsy. He mentioned the change in your medical condition.
That's what Mother said.
And then he mentioned your little scheme to make the family think your death was imminent. Be honest now, Patsy. Death's not right around the corner now, is it?
And how could you say this?
Patsy, you need to tell them the truth.
I am telling them the truth. Our family is falling apart, and I may only have months to live. Now, I will need you all to help me through this. Jordan, you're a lot like your father.
That's a pretty mean thing to say, Mom.
Patsy, if you want your family to support you, I think you need to come clean with them.
Okay, okay. Jordan is telling the truth.
Oh, now I'm really confused.
That started long ago. Won't end anytime soon.
How can Jordan be telling the truth and Mom be telling the truth at the same time? It doesn't make any logical sense to me. Explain it to me, brother, and go slowly.
Look, I told you that Dr. Phillips noticed a change in my medical condition and that my death was imminent and I may only have months to live. Well, the truth is he did say that my blood sugar was a little higher, and at my age, death is always imminent. It could be 2 months.
Or 20 years.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get so dramatic. I just wanted your attention.
Like you got my attention.
That was not a very nice thing to do, lying to us like that.
I didn't consider lying. As you get older, you start to notice a certain similarity between your clothes and the truth. They both need to be stretched. Look, I brought you all here today because I thought I wanted the love of my family around me for the rest of my days. I thought that would be my heaven on earth.
We all want to be around you, just not at the same time.
I feel the same way.
Ditto, man.
I've changed my mind. I don't want any of you around me, at least not now. I started out today sad, but now I'm just mad. Just leave, all of you.
Mom, if you think it would be helpful, I could put together a schedule to alternate the times that...
Just go.
Well, I am kind of tired and ready for a nap.
Come on, Charlie, let's go.
Jordan, this is all your fault. How could you do this to our mother?
I just asked her to tell the truth.
Exactly. You men are all the same. You just have to constantly be correcting women.
It had nothing to do with her being female.
You're not fooling me. It always does. Come on, Sawyer, let's get going. Your father is making us leave.
Come on, Albert. Looks like we can get back to our experiments a little earlier than we had planned.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Lily.
No, just leave them be. It's just you three. Sorry, you four. But I want to go. Listen to them in there. They're having such a good time. Maybe we can learn something from them. I'll make sure they all get home by evening.
I'll go get Stony.
He can stay too. From what I can tell, he has more in common with the kids than the rest of you. Haven't you heard how much they've been laughing since he came in the room? Now, given his brownie intake, I will probably have to drive him home too, but I don't mind. I am so sad, so disappointed in all of you. Audrey, maybe you better leave one of those brownies behind.
Oh, Mom, I ate the last one.
The disappointments just continue. Just go.
Mom.
Just leave.
I heard my name being called.
Hey, everyone's gone. It seems so much nicer.
Hey, Lily, Stone, come on out. The coast is clear.
Wow. Baldy and Phillips are gone.
Oh, sorry, Stone.
No offense taken, man, but for some reason, I'm smiling.
Stone, you're always smiling.
Oh, I am so happy they're gone, and I'm so happy you're here.
I guess everyone in this family brings happiness. Some when they come, and some when they leave.
Can we get back to our game before they return?
They won't be coming back. I'll be taking you home.
Grandma, you're my hero. Let me give you a hug.
Enough of this emotional stuff. sorry, but it's hard to imagine a young dad.
Just look in the mirror.
So, what game are you kids playing?
It's called Farm Saga Heroes. We play it on Facebook. Have you even heard of Facebook?
Of course I have heard of the Facebook. I'm not that old.
Well, okay. You have to match 3 farm crops in the row to get the points that you need to move on to the next level.
Games that grow things are like way cool. Mrs. Audrey's mom, your grandkids are great, and they dig each other a lot.
I only wish their parents would dig each other half as much. Oh, and call me Patsy.
Well, Patsy, I did hear some raised voices. Audrey told me her Sims and her never got along very well.
They sure got along when they were younger.
You seem so down. Is there anything that I can do for you?
Just pray something changes, I guess. It makes me so sad that our family is so divided. I guess happiness is a thing of the past. Our family is falling apart.
You know, I just heard something like that in my history class. I think President Lincoln said something like, "A house divided against itself cannot stand."
Well, yes, it was Abraham Lincoln, but technically he wasn't president at the time. It was an anti-slavery speech given by Lincoln on June 16, 1858. It's also a Bible verse.
Okay, we get it.
Oh, Albert, you're so smart and so boring.
My shaman always says the same thing. He says, a house that splits must sit.
Let your shaman know he's misquoting the Bible.
Bummer. I'll let Shaman Bob know.
You 3 kids are so different. You're as different as your parents are. You don't fight constantly. How is it that you can get along and your parents can't?
I'm working on a theory.
I just think we find things we like to do together.
Yeah, I mean, we're all good at different things. I think that makes it easier for us to get along. I keep track of the score to make sure we get the points that we need.
I use logic to suggest our next moves.
I like the crops, just like my parents grow.
Funny enough, but Sawyer and I even hang out at school. Not too many girls do that with me. Actually, no other girls do that with me.
Yeah, and my mom is none too happy. She says that you're too much like Uncle Isaac, but I don't care.
And it doesn't bother you that your mother gets so upset?
Not really. I figured out a long time ago that if I did everything my mother's way, I'd get little of her attention. Although, that's not such a bad thing.
Last year, I wanted to go out in the spring to play, and, well, Dad was not happy. He just said that theater does nothing to promote scientific research, and it was only for those who were dedicated to learning.
I didn't know you went out for the play.
I didn't. The problem is that even when I do what Dad wants, or what he expects, I don't get much attention or credit. Last year I got an award in science class, and afterwards I overheard him telling another parent. It was only because he made me concentrate on my studies.
Parents are weird. You get all the blame when you do wrong.
Oh, and dude, they take all the credit when you do right.
Were you like that, Grandma?
No, but now that I think about it, your grandfather did take an awful lot of credit for Charlotte and Isaac's success. I mostly got to deal with Audrey's bad behavior.
Oh, Grandma, I'm so sorry. You must have been exhausted.
So, when you kids do what your parents want or what they expect, they either take credit or they ignore you.
Yeah, every time.
But when you do something they don't like, they pay attention.
Well, It's nice to see you smiling again, although it's kind of an evil smile.
I'm just figuring things out, that's all. Listen, everybody, I have a plan, but if it's going to work, I will need all of you to help.
Hi, Sawyer. How was your meeting?
Why do you even ask? You know I don't like that group.
Girls for Change is an important group. You bond with a lot of young women, like yourself, who will become leaders in the fight for gender equality.
None of the girls even want to be there. Their moms just make them go.
Sawyer, when I was your age, I wanted to be an architect. I signed up for drafting classes in high school, but at first they wouldn't let me in. No girls were allowed.
And to make it worse, there are no boys in the club.
Instead, I was forced to take home ec. But then my dad put up such a fuss, they finally allowed me to take the class. The drafting teacher was not happy. He thought it was for males only.
All right, Mom, the meeting wasn't horrible.
One of our assignments was to design a building. I was told to design only the flower garden. He thought women should only be interested in the beautiful things.
I changed my mind, Mom. The meeting was okay.
Things are different now. There are more opportunities. But young women need to take advantage of them and take on leadership. Only then can you change the world.
Mom, the meeting was pretty good, okay?
I just want what's best for you.
I loved every minute of it. Is that better?
We're getting there.
Either way, I saw a friend of mine after school. He is going to be stopping by in a few minutes.
He is going to stop by? Sawyer, you know how I feel about you having male friends.
But Mom, this is more than a friend.
Sawyer, young men are trouble. And what do you mean by more than a friend?
Yes, Mom, he's more than a friend. He's my cousin Albert.
That is much worse.
Before, Albert and I are friends.
Remember that Isaac is Albert's father. If you want to know what a boy is going to be like when he grows up, all you have to do is look at his father.
Make way, everyone. I have to take a crap.
Watch your language. Sawyer's here.
Crap isn't a vulgar word.
It's crude.
Crude but descriptive. Now clear the way.
Wait a minute, Jordan. Sawyer was just telling me Albert is coming over so they can play games.
Oh, that's nice. Can I go now?
Are you concerned?
No. Why? Should I be?
Albert is Isaac's son. If you hadn't noticed, he is a lot like Isaac. I'm just concerned he might be a bad influence on Sawyer.
Look, Charlie, Sawyer's becoming a young woman. I don't think it's bad she's getting to know different people. Besides, Albert's a nice young man. Yes, your brother is a little strange, but I think he's nice too.
I suppose he does have his moments, but I wouldn't classify him as nice.
Okay, maybe you're right.
Excuse me, but can you please talk about this while I'm not in the room?
Are you saying that yours is the only opinion she should hear? You know what they say. If you want to know what a woman's going to be like when she grows up, just look at her mother.
And are you saying that's bad for Sawyer?
This is really weird.
Sawyer may turn out to be just like you, or she may turn out to be quite different. Face it, Charlie, at some point we're going to have to let her determine her own priorities and values in life.
I just want her to appreciate the power of being a woman.
Great. Albert picks this time to be late.
I think exposing her to different opinions can only be good. It's called diversity. Isn't that something you support?
As long as that diversity doesn't contradict my opinion, then yes. I can assure you, whatever opinion Isaac or Albert have will contradict mine.
Well, there he is. What are you going to do now? I know what I'm going to do. Bathroom, here I come.
Thank heaven he's here.
I hope to hell he leaves soon.
Where have you been? It's not like you to be even 30 seconds late.
I'm sorry. My dad was home when I got there, and I said hi. He started talking, and I couldn't get out of there for almost 14 minutes.
Are you upset? Do you have the story straight?
I think so.
What do you mean you think so? Grandma's going to be pretty upset if her student's up. So let's make sure we get my parents, and especially my mom, to hear the whole story. She has to be upset enough to take action.
Don't worry. I studied the instructions thoroughly. It's just that I get a little nervous when...
So that's why it's important.
So now Oh, hi, Albert. It's rare to see you twice in 1 week.
Yes, it is. Last time that happened was the second week of July in 2012.
Why did you come over?
What she meant to say was, to what do we owe the pleasure of your company?
Sawyer invited me to come.
Um,
Oh, yeah. Sawyer invited me to come over so we could finish our video game.
Oh, well, why didn't you bring Lily along? Or didn't you want to have too many females around at the same time?
I asked Lily, but she was busy helping her mom with some of the crops. Actually, she doesn't mind helping with the crops. But I was in the area anyway, so I stopped over.
Oh, that's nice. Sorry about the shaking. I'm a little uncomfortable.
so Albert, why were you in the area?
Oh, yeah. I was helping Grandma's friend with his computer. It has Windows 2012, and there was an issue with the IP address. I've been studying computer technology at school and trying to learn how IT people do things. I had him reboot.
Well on your way to an IT career.
Yeah, I met Grandma's new friend too. He was really nice.
Jordan, you really need to get the laundry done.
After I visit the bathroom.
I said, yeah, I met Grandma's new friend too. He was really nice and kind of handsome.
Yes, quite handsome. Except he's in his 60s, he's wrinkly, bald, and he can't stand up straight.
But Grandma seems to like him.
Albert, that's nice of you to help him with his computer. So, he lives close by?
I don't know where he lives.
I thought you said you fixed his computer.
I did, but I fixed it at Grandma's house.
He left his computer at my mother's house.
No, he was there having dinner with Grandma.
Grandma was having people over for dinner? That's nice.
I didn't see any other people. As far as I could tell, it was just the two of them. Grandma even had candles out.
Yeah, I saw him a few days ago. He was in Grandma's kitchen, on a ladder, fixing something.
Before I left today, I saw him giving Grandma a kiss. It's kind of long, but fortunately it wasn't the real slurpy kind.
Jordan, do you know about this?
About what? I don't keep tabs on your mother.
Albert, does your father know?
Yes, he knows I fix computers. I
No. Does he know about this man?
It just happened today, and, well, it's awkward. We usually just keep quiet.
So what if Grandma has a man over? Maybe she even has a boyfriend. What's the big deal?
I have to do something I thought I would never have to do.
What's that? Compliment a man.
Oh, Jordan, give me the phone. The family needs to talk.
You do what you must. I'm off to do what I must. And fast.
Well, Audrey, I see you're late as usual.
You said you'd be here at 1 o'clock.
Yes, and it's 1:30.
Actually, it's 1:34 p.m.
Well, then I guess we're early.
Come on in and have a seat. We have family matters to discuss.
Ooh, downer.
Bummer. Precisely.
I'll get straight to the point, so please don't get too comfortable. Albert was over here visiting with Sawyer the other day.
Don't you worry. I'll talk to Albert.
He came over to play some game where they grow things. I think it's called Farm Saga.
Oh, I like to grow things. What do they grow? Maybe I can help.
Yeah, nothing too interesting, babe. I played with it at Patsy's house. They grow like corn, sunflowers, strawberries.
I love strawberries. Strawberries?
Discussing games that kids play can't be why you invited us over. It certainly wasn't to see your siblings.
Well, Sawyer and Albert happened to mention that they had been to Mother's house a couple of times. Sawyer said that while she was there, she saw a man.
I I know how disturbing men can be for you, Charlotte. But it shouldn't come as a surprise they are seen from time to time. In fact, for every 100 females born in the United States, there are around 105 males born. Although by the age of 65, for every 100 females, there are only around 75 males.
That only proves females are the dominant gender.
That only proves that men are worn down by years of abuse.
See how why it turned out like it did, Stoney? I had to seek refuge from my sis.
I think you turned out perfect, babe. Just awesome.
Sawyer said she thought this man was Mother's boyfriend.
Boyfriend?
Yes, boyfriend.
Well, that's cool. Like, isn't it?
My mother should not be taking on a boyfriend at her age. She's already secure financially. What more could a man have to offer her?
How about friendship or companionship, man? Or maybe she just wants a little... Bow, chicka, bow!
Yes, there's always the risk, the extra physical effort a boyfriend will require.
Oh, please don't go there.
Not to mention the risk posed by the increased mental exertion necessary in any relationship.
Like, sometimes new friends can be like way cool.
And if not, Stoney and I have things that will ease her tension.
Any new friends of our mother, and especially male friends, need to be investigated. I'm convinced his intentions are not on the up and up.
I agree.
Like, you know him?
That doesn't matter. I just know I'm right.
What else could he want except Mom's friendship?
Her money?
Oh, bummer. Oh, who could that be? I don't have any sibs I don't remember, do I?
Audrey, I took the liberty of inviting Mother over to discuss her new friend. Hopefully, we can convince her a relationship with him is not in her best interest.
Don't you mean like your best interest?
Stoner, it's one and the same. Welcome, Mom, and thank you for coming over.
Oh, well, thank you. Oh, I didn't expect to see you all here. Oh, this is so nice.
Now, don't get too excited. We still don't get along.
Well, at least you're trying to get along.
No, we're not. You can ask Stone.
No, they're not.
I invited you here, Mother, because we heard you had a new friend.
A new friend?
Mom, Albert said there was a man at your house. He said you were quite comfortable with him. He even said you kissed him goodbye. It was quite traumatic for him.
Oh, you must mean Nelson. Oh, well, I can assure you he experienced no trauma, although I think we both felt some electricity.
No, Mom, it was Albert who experienced the trauma. I had to calm him down. We talk of physical contact between
So, Mother, you admit there was a new man at your house.
Yes, there was a new man at my house. Ooh, did I forget to ask your permission?
And this was a new friend?
Yes, he is a new friend.
And you kissed him?
Yeah, you want to know what else we did?
Sure, I don't.
Like, wow. When I was younger, my mom wanted to meet every chick that I dated. This is like so bizarre, but it's like the roles are now reversed and stuff. Didn't your parents ever drill you every time you had a new girlfriend or boyfriend? No.
It was never a problem with the sibs, babe.
Their dad and I were more concerned with the fact that they never had any boyfriends or girlfriends.
You know, that's cool. Now that I've gotten to know Isaac and Charlotte a little bit better, I'd say that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, but with me, baby, it was like way different. They talked to me every week.
That's because you had a new boyfriend every week.
Yeah, but that's way different now, babe.
Yeah, it's like totally different. I hate to break this up, but can we stick to the subject at hand, please? Mom, we're very concerned about you and this man.
Concerned? You're concerned about me?
We're all concerned.
Like I'm concerned too.
If you were concerned about me, I wouldn't have to beg you to come visit me. I wouldn't have to wait for weddings to see all of you. You're not concerned about me. You're only concerned about yourselves.
Mom, I'd be more than happy to spend more time with you, but please don't make me endure these two.
I'll come over whenever you need me, as long as it's just you and me.
Well, you know, Mom, I think you're the coolest mom ever. But the Sibs are real downers. Even when I, you know, I can't
The fact is, it is lonely growing old alone, and I'm tired of waiting for you all to help me. Maybe that's why I went out and met someone new. Maybe you should all stop being so selfish and consider my needs for once.
We do consider your needs. That's why we're concerned. We don't trust his motive.
His motive? You don't even know him.
Maybe we should all like just hang tight and relax for a second. Not being part of the fam, maybe I can help.
Somehow, I doubt it.
Now, all your Sibs say that you don't trust your mother's new friend. You say like you don't understand his motives.
Well, they said they don't trust his motive.
Yeah. Why don't we try to find a way to ease the tension here? What would make everybody feel less stressed?
A brownie?
Honestly, nothing will make me feel less stressed. I simply don't trust him.
You don't even know him. How can you say that?
Well, that's easy. She doesn't trust any man.
Mom, I am an expert when it comes to men. Most men, and a few women, simply can't be trusted.
You know, Patsy, maybe your kids would be way cool with this new friend if they could get to meet him and maybe just hang out with him a little bit. Maybe if everybody just chills for a while, that'll put everybody at ease.
You know, Stone, that's a great idea. Sure, they can meet him. Decide for themselves whether or not he's a good guy. Although, you know, I don't really care what they think. Oh, and it had better be soon. Nelson and I are going on a vacation, a Caribbean cruise. We decided that was a good way to get to know each other much better. Maybe we'll be gone a week, maybe a month. The details are still a little fuzzy.
Ha! Details are always like a
Wow, Mom, this guy sounds cool. He's taking you on a cruise.
No, Audrey, it is my treat. I am taking him on our vacation of a lifetime. Yes. I decided after your little visit to my house last week, this was a much better way to spend your inheritance.
Mom, aren't you concerned he's taking advantage of you?
What matters is that I like him. I don't feel lonely when he's around. Oh, yes, my dear children, you can all meet him. In fact, I look forward to your meeting him. Oh, but let me make one thing perfectly clear. He is my friend, and regardless of your conclusions, he will remain my friend. Is that clear? Do you require further clarification?
Things can be hazy with me sometimes, but that was very clear.
Okay, let's set a date and time. Does next Saturday work for everyone?
Let's see, I'll have to check with Nelson. I think I'm taking him out to dinner at 5 o'clock. Well, You know how us old people are, we like to get an early start. Well, and then after dinner, we might do some things that old people don't do very often. I'll spare you all the details.
Thank you.
I don't get it.
Bow bow.
Thank you. I would think that 9 o'clock would probably work.
Oh, did you hear that, Audrey? We're meeting next Saturday at 8 p.m.
Oh, well. Is there anything else? Do you have any other family fun or exciting activities on today's agenda? Thought not. Well, in that case, I'm going to go home and do what us lonely old people do. You know, bake some cookies in case of visitors. Maybe watch a little Lawrence Welk on the TV. Ooh. First, I better go to the store and get some Depends. Well, thank you all so very much for inviting me. I had such a good time. Goodbye. Hi, Mom. Oh, this is so funny. I think that went very well.
Babe, she was like really pissed.
I don't remember her ever being that upset.
Oh, I remember.
There was this time when I came home from college. I told her we were studying the theories of Stephen Hawking and Roger Penrose, concluding that God wasn't real, that the truth was the Big Bang Theory.
The Big Bang. I love that show. I love it when Sheldon tries to ask that girl out, and he's so awkward.
I don't find that part amusing at all.
That's because you live it.
We need to stay focused here. Quit going off on tangents.
Tangents are your life. But I agree. Let's go over the situation. It's obvious that telling Mom her Nelson isn't good did not work out so well.
This is one of the rare times I agree with you.
What we need is a plan B.
Exactly.
I got nothing else.
Mom said she didn't care what we thought about Nelson. Therefore, our main objective is to get Nelson to show his true colors to Mom, to have Mom catch him in his own lies. Only then will she realize his intentions are not good.
Have you, pondered that maybe his intentions are good?
No.
They are not good. After all, what kind of man would let a woman pay for his vacation?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe one that treats women as, equals.
I have a much simpler solution. We can just hire a hitman. Tony, you remember that guy you met with there? No.
Yeah, I don't think he was a hitman, babe, but he was pretty persuasive.
Now, Charlotte, did you hear what our dear sister just said? Don't you find that extremely offensive?
Well, yes, I'm not one to normally condone violence, even against men, but...
No, I mean the term hit man. Doesn't your woman's movement push hard to eliminate gender-biased names? Aren't policemen now called police officers? And of course we no longer have chairmen, only chairpersons.
Those names were an affront to the hard-working women throughout the world.
Then should the correct term be hit person, or do you only want to change the positive things?
Call them hit persons if you want, but you can be sure of one thing. The women who do that job get paid a hell of a lot less than the men.
Yeah, like using a hit man, hit dude, or hit person is probably not cool. Don't you think if we just chill with this Nelson dude for a while, we might find that he's a good person?
Sorry, Stoner. I agree with Charlotte.
Now, being a banker, I can do some research into his financial situation. Maybe run some credit reports. We can use that information to ask the right questions and easily establish a motive for his newfound interest in Mom. Yes, Isaac? I'll prepare a spreadsheet for you.
But if he's clean, we're in trouble.
Yeah, we're screwed.
Believe me, I can go far enough back to get what we need. And if that doesn't work, I'll just make something up.
As usual, I have a better idea. I'll get a couple of guys at work to help me build a device that will use electrical current to make Nelson answer the questions we ask.
Well, Isaac, I'm shocked.
Nelson will be shocked too. See, engineers do have a sense of humor.
No, Isaac, I'm shocked you have friends.
I'm shocked he thinks he has a sense of humor.
Patsy did say that her and Nelson did share some electricity.
Oh, Charlotte, I do have friends. The guys at work love doing these type of projects. In fact, last year, we wired an electrical conductor to the metal strip in the cafeteria line at work. Whenever a belt buckle grazed against the metal, it sent a shock down their leg. They were jumping and jiving all down the line.
Oh, like, didn't they get mad?
Not really. The after effects lasted less than a day. You have wiser girlfriends, so no big deal.
So, Isaac, I'm thinking that this electrical thingamabob that you want to make, it just seems like too much work for me.
Everything seems like too much work for you.
Plus, I am concerned that any current over 10 milliamps could be dangerous.
It's milliamps, but you're right. I'll be careful.
I have a much simpler solution. I can make some of my very special treats for our guests. And we can feed it to him until he spills his guts.
Or vomits them out.
But maybe arguing about whose idea is best probably isn't cool right now. Why don't we come up with a plan that uses all three ideas? That way, if one of them doesn't work, you still got the others to fall back on.
So you think that my hitman, hit person idea might be okay?
No, babe. I like your special brownie. Add in the credit thing and the shock stuff, and you might have all you need to get this Nelson dude to come clean on why he's so focused on your mom. Like Isaac said, at his age, every 72 dudes has 100 chicks to choose from.
75 dudes.
Well, as long as Nelson's intentions are exposed, I'm in.
Wow, I hope this electrical thing doesn't expose anything else of Nelson.
Maybe Stone's right. I hesitate to say this, but I can see positive aspects in all the ideas. This will take planning, timing, and teamwork. I'll put the full plan together. This is going to be fun. Oh, Nelson, let me introduce you to the children of Patsy.
Okay, it's settled. Next Saturday at 8 p.m. Now everyone leaves.
Stone! Oh, thanks for meeting us here. This is Nelson.
Nice to meet you, Stone.
Nice to meet you, man. Lock it in, blow it out.
Likewise.
Stone, helping me out. I only hope Audrey never finds out what you did. I don't want her to be mad at you.
Aw, don't you worry, Mrs. Audrey's mom.
Oh, it's Patsy.
If this works out, it'll be way cool. She'll be so geeked to have her family back. And you know Audrey, she doesn't stay mad for too long.
I hope you're right. So, tell me what my wonderful family has planned.
Well, Patsy, let me get this right off. I'm sorry, but your kids are like way strange. Well, except for Audrey, of course.
Sorry, Stone. All I can say is, love is blind.
Anyway, here's the scoop.
Hi, Charlotte. Hi, Isaac.
Audrey, have a seat, please. And Stone, no, Stone over there. Sit. No more chicka boom boom. Mother and Miss Nelson should be here any minute. Are we all set?
I'm cool.
I'm way cool.
Just a few more wires to adjust here. Okay, I'm all set.
I have his credit history here and some other reports. Honestly, I didn't find much negative, but I'm ready to improvise.
I'll get him to wear this hat. Charlotte, if you think his answers are lacking in a little truth, just pull on your ear like this. It's already set to level 2, but if needed, I'll crank it up, and believe me, he'll start talking. Controller attached to my belt.
So, Isaac, how are you going to get him to put that hat on his head?
Got that under control. I found out he's a Michigan fan. I'll tell him that all Michigan fans have to wear this hat in this house to support the team.
It's kind of a cool hat. Can I try it on?
To make it more credible, I got a Michigan hat for myself. It'll humiliate me. But I'll wear it for a good cause.
Audrey, are you sure you remember your part?
I do. I have the brownies right here. And they're extra potent. Daddy help me.
He'll be slurring his words, so we'll have to listen extra carefully. And Stone?
I'm just going to sit here, relax, mellow, enjoy, and probably have another brownie.
Oh, hi Jordan. I didn't expect to see you home. I thought you were spending the day with your father?
Dad wasn't feeling too well. I think he had too much to drink last night.
Whoa, he must not feel well a lot.
This is more than a little surprising. May I ask what's going on?
We're just having a little family get-together.
You know, you see those TV crime shows where the husband comes home unexpectedly to find his wife with another lover? With all sincerity, my dear, this is much more shocking.
Yes, it is shocking.
Let me restate the question. What the hell is going on?
I just wanted to have the family over so I could...
Charlotte?
Isaac, you tell him.
Typical feminist. Want to take all the glory, but when the going gets tough, you call him the man.
Isaac, 50 words or less.
We found out Mom has been seeing a new man. We fear she's become romantically involved with him. We simply invited them over so we could ask him a few questions to know what his intentions. We're simply doing this for our mother's benefit.
Oh, wow, that was like only 48 words.
Actually, it was 49 words.
We just wanted to have a nice, friendly conversation.
And what's this? You just wanted to ask a few questions, but you ran the man's credit report? A nice, friendly conversation? What did you have to contribute, Isaac? You must have something up your sleeve.
Well, it's not up my sleeve. It'll be on his head. It's a device that will encourage this Nelson person to answer the questions we ask and to tell the truth.
And let me guess, Audrey, brownies?
Would you like one?
I might. Wait, did you say his name was Nelson?
Yes, Nelson Foster.
Are you kidding me? Nelson Foster's one of my dad's friends. I haven't seen him for quite some time, but he's always been nice to me. Why, if he has romantic interest in Patsy, you should all be happy.
Oh, I think they have a legitimate concern, man. Like, maybe you probably shouldn't try and stop them. I mean, how much harm could a little more investigation do? Huh? I once knew a Nelson dude, and he wasn't very nice. I think it's cool that they're trying to protect their mother.
Protect their mother? They're not protecting their mother, they're protecting themselves. Oh, I know them too well. Their only worry is their inheritance. What a pathetic family picture this makes. All your mom wants is your company. All you want is her money. You can hardly blame her for giving up on the lot of you and going elsewhere to find happiness. I'm not going to stand aside and let you do this to her. Sorry, folks, party's over.
Jordan, I hate when the party's over.
Jordan.
Don't Jordan me. I'm not going to stand here.
No, Jordan. I hate to say this, but you're right.
Wow, man. I mean, wow, woman. I never heard you say that before. But I'm cool with it.
If you think about this objectively, maybe we are wrong.
Wow, man. I mean, wow, man. I never heard you say that before either. Oh, Stony, babe, these are really potent brownies.
It doesn't take a rocket scientist to see just how awful we are for taking away Mom's happiness and joy on account of our greed.
Now, wait a minute, man. Don't you think that...
No, Stone. Jordan's right.
Despite your words, I'm not sure I trust you. I'm warning you, if you start prying into this man's
Jordan,
past...
I can assure you that's not going to happen. You have my word.
And mine.
Ditto, man.
Now that you mention it, I remember Roy talking at the house about how much he liked Nelson. Despite that, I'm sure he's a nice guy. Jordan, I can assure you, there will be no money inquiries.
No electrical hookups.
Can I still offer some brownies?
Like, wait a minute. What harm can there be in just asking the man a few questions? Maybe offer him a brownie or two. Like Charlotte. How well do we know any man, huh? Didn't Patsy say that she was spending a lot of money on the dude? It would be a real bummer for your mom, man.
We will be kind and courteous to Mom's new friend. Maybe Nelson can bring her happiness. We will do all we can to support her.
I only expect you to be nice. Don't promise me miracles.
Well, one thing's for certain. This should be like, you know, way interesting.
Come on in and make yourselves comfortable. Mom, do you want to do the introduction?
Sure. Well, this is my new and good friend, Nelson. Nelson, these are my children, Charlotte, Isaac, and Audrey. Don't worry, kids, I prepared him for you. And this is Stone, Audrey's friend. And you know Jordan, Charlotte's husband.
No need to introduce me to Jordan. I've known him since he was young. His father and I are good friends. It's a pleasure to meet you all. Now, I know getting to know new people can be awkward at times.
It's extremely awkward for Isaac.
Hi.
Well, Patsy tells me you want to ask me some questions. Well, actually, she said expect an inquisition. Please don't be shy. Ask me anything you want to know. I appreciate your concern for your mother.
Well, it looks like you two get along well.
I'm quite fond of your mother, and I want only the best for her.
Then that's all I need to know. I'm quite content.
Charlotte, you need to be credible. You haven't been content your whole life.
That's because I'm married to you, dear. Oh, just kidding. I don't have any questions. I'm just happy you came over.
What, and you don't want to know anything about?
Like, you're like a banker lady, Charlie. That really freaks me out. Don't you want to know where he works, or how he lives, or what kind of retirement fund he has?
It's really not that important. He likes Mom. That's all I need to know.
Well, I might as well be honest. I'm really not that well off. I'm retired, I live on Social Security, and when I need money, I just try to find an odd job here or there.
Well, that's strange. I didn't see anything in this paperwork about a job.
Charlotte?
Well, listen, I get most of my money under the table. Makes that whole tax return thing a lot easier. I must say, it sure would be nice to find a nice nest egg somewhere and not be scraping by all the time. Yeah, lotteries and the casinos aren't working out so well. Yeah, I'm always looking for the next opportunity.
I think we're all like that, aren't we?
I have a question for you, that is, if you don't mind.
Oh, thank God, someone is interested.
What would you like to know?
Well, I was wondering, do you think all species of organisms arise...
Oh, did he say orgasms? Because I do like orgasms.
As do I, my
And organisms, do they arise and develop through the natural selection of small inherited variations that increase the individual's ability to compete, survive, and reproduce?
I'm not sure.
No problem. Just wondering.
He's an engineer. Let me interpret. He wants to know if you believe in Darwin's theory of evolution.
Nah, scientific things don't interest me that much. And don't worry, I'm not very religious either. People who believe in either of those superstitions are just wasting their time. I think everything just happens randomly. No sense in diving into things you don't understand. Whatever happens, happens. I say, go with the flow. Seize the opportunities and the fun when it presents itself.
I like this guy.
Hey, looky there, you and them hat. Mind if I try it out?
I wouldn't.
Whoa, does that bring back some memories?
Electrical shock does have that effect.
Yeah. Reminds me of good old Long Cliff State Hospital.
I didn't know you worked at the state hospital. Well, I guess we never discussed your past that much.
Well, I never really worked there, but I sure did spend a lot of time there. When I was younger, the voices in my head would always be talking. My parents were slightly concerned, so they had me committed. Doctors claimed I had schizophrenia. But I don't think they ever really knew. Yes, they did.
Talk to you more. Well, talk to both of you.
On each of my 5 visits, they would try different therapies. Some of them were okay, but boy, did I really love the shock therapy.
So, anyone for some coffee?
I didn't think they used shock therapy much anymore.
Well, unfortunately, they quit using it for a while, but I was readmitted a couple months ago, and it was back. Boy, was it fun. One night, I got one of the orderlies to crank it up. Oh, man, what a feeling. Hey, Isaac, crank up the juice.
I don't know, but if you don't mind, could I try the hat on? I see what you mean.
Isaac, can I try it on now?
Anyway, anyway, they still talk to me from time to time.
The doctors?
No, the voice is in my head.
Oh, that's too bad.
Don't worry. Most of the time they're pretty nice. Other than that, I'm doing okay.
Audrey, babe, why don't you offer our guest something to eat? You brought those lovely brownies for him.
Oh, I don't think this is the right time.
I thought it was always the right time.
So did I. Until now.
Patsy told me about your brownies. Mind if I see one? I usually prefer gummy bears, but let me take a look. Oh, yeah. I like the texture, and these have such a nice smell. Can't help myself. Oh. I think you use White Widow variety, am I right?
Stoney, help me out here.
Yeah, we use White Widow.
Well, I personally prefer Acapulco Gold, and I think this is great.
Thanks.
You know, the brownies aren't bad either. What kind of mix do you use?
Mrs. Betty Crocker.
Hey, the voices are back. You want to know what they're saying?
Oh, yeah, man.
They're saying, Nellie, that's what they call me. Nellie, grab another brownie before they're gone.
That's a good idea.
Oh, it's a party, Patsy. Come on, I don't want to stop once I get started.
Whoa, Nelly. You and I should like hang out sometime, man. We're like bros.
That would be way cool, Stone. Hey, how about a brownie, Linda?
Well, no, thank you. And who's Linda?
Oh, did I say Linda? I'm so sorry. I must have gotten confused. That's Nellie's girl. I think you know how it is when you have multiple girlfriends. Sometimes hard to keep them straight.
I've never encountered that problem.
Hey, how about another jolt there?
Oh, this has all been very enlightening, but I think perhaps we have overstayed our welcome.
Oh, it's no problem. Stay as long as you like.
No, I think we need to get going. Nelson, would you go out to the car and start it while I talk to my kids for a second?
I guess another brownie's gonna have to wait.
Oh, bummer, man.
Save me one for next time.
Okay.
Jordan, on second thought, could you come here and walk Nelson out to the car and don't let him start it?
Wow, man. I think you're gonna have to drive, Veronica. These brownies are much better than the ones I have at home. Hey, Audrey, I think you got a new customer. I'll get your number from your mother. Yay, Stone. One thing's for certain. The moon's gonna be a lot bigger on the way home.
All right, don't anyone say anything. Well, aren't you going to say anything?
You told us not to say anything.
Guess I'm not used to you doing what I ask. I know what you're thinking, and your opinion does not matter to me. Do you have an opinion?
Well, he seemed nice. Although his money situation is a little sketchy.
To be honest, his lack of an interest in things scientific is troubling. I wouldn't mind speaking with him more about his experiences with electricity.
Well, he loved my brownies, and he likes you. So what more can I say?
I think he was way cool. Thumbs up.
Mother, we talked it over before you arrived. We just want you to enjoy your life. We just want you to be happy. We're here to support you. And believe it or not, we all agree.
I'm getting the feeling I must have eaten one of those brownies. Well, I have to say I have learned a lot about Nelson in the last few minutes.
I did have my concerns, but the man knew his pie.
Yes, I discovered lots of things, some of them more than a little concerning. Maybe I should think again before I go on that cruise.
That's probably not a bad idea, but you do what you think is right.
Oh, I'm not sure I know what is right anymore. Listen, I know I told you guys that I didn't care what you thought, but now I'm thinking it might be nice to have someone to talk to. Would any of you mind?
Well, no problem, Mom.
Same for me.
I'm free right now if you want to talk.
Well, maybe not right now. I don't want to inconvenience Jordan and Nelson. How about we meet over dinner a week from Sunday?
That works for me.
Let me check my schedule. Yep, no social commitments.
Isaac, why do you even look? You have no social life.
Well, I will make a nice roast and a pecan pie. Well, I guess I better get out to the car before Nelson thinks he should try to start it. Thank you all very much, and I will see you all on Sunday.
You have to admit, Nelson was the exact person we hoped for. An easy target. I'm just thankful Mom began to see the light.
It was like leading a horse to water.
Like, you guys didn't do anything.
Anyways, I think we need to continue to monitor the situation. I think we can convince her that this Nelson is not right for her. But you never know who pops up next.
Won't Jordan be upset if we intrude?
Believe me, after tonight, I'm pretty sure Jordan will be on our side.
I agree with you, Charlie.
Two things are for certain. First of all, we had better plan to regularly attend Mom's monthly dinners to make sure more trouble isn't brewing. And secondly, I'm not used to you calling me Charlie. Thanks.
There's one other thing that is for certain. Nelson is a new customer. So I think the night went pretty well. What do you think, Dave?
I think the night went totally awesome.
All right, well, I am done cleaning the kitchen. How's your day going, kids?
Pretty good. We're level 64 now. We just planted some new crops.
So tell us, Grandma, how did our plan work?
Well, based on the size of her smile, I'd say it went fairly well.
You're right, it went great. Well, aren't you kids surprised that your parents didn't come over here today all at the same time?
Yes, Father put up no opposition.
Mom started to say no, but she changed her mind. I'm not used to that, Grandma.
My mom just said it was totally cool if I came over.
And I had no problem getting your parents to agree to come over for dinner on Sunday. In fact, I think they're kind of looking forward to it. I don't know how long that's going to last. And I have each of you to thank for it.
And Stone and Nelson.
Oh, most definitely Stone and Nelson.
Father mentioned Nelson the other day. Nothing bad. He's been experimenting with the new hat, one with the electric currents. One thing's for certain, he's a lot happier when he comes out of the lab.
Grandma, it was a lot of fun with my mother.
Ooh, I'm not sure that's good.
Yeah, and she's been a lot nicer lately. Although she still makes me go to the Girls for Change meetings. And her and Dad don't fight as much, so that's good.
My mom hasn't changed that much. But guess what? I did hear her talking to Stone about any of them getting married. All he said was, "That's way cool, man."
Before I forget, I want to give all you kids each $1 by way of saying thank you
Gee, thanks, Grandma. But there's no need to compensate us. I actually had fun.
Yeah, Grandma, we had a great time.
I'll take it.
Okay, I will too.
Thanks, Grandma.
Sandra, hi.
Hi, kids.
Hi, Grandma. Hi, Grandma. Other Grandma, as long as they're here, do you mind if we go next door to their house?
That's a good idea. That way, you won't bug you guys.
Are you sure? They're kind of old. Do you have internet?
Well, yes, we have the internet. Oh, and there's some cookies on the counter. Sawyer can show you where they are. Just help yourself, huh? They're just so cute.
Cute or not, you do realize you just gave away all my cookies.
Oh, Patsy, you sounded so happy on the phone. I just had to come over in person and see you. I made Roy come.
I brought my flask. The last time the hunt for liquor wore me out.
What? So tell us, I mean, what have we planned?
Well, the trouble is, the result is the kids have agreed to come over for dinner this Sunday and then once a month going forward.
Did you have to bribe them?
No, I just asked them.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight here. You just asked them, and they said yes? I don't believe it.
You're right, Roy. It was a little more complicated than that.
Well, I'm so glad my suggestion about the health problems got things started.
Wait a minute. Whose suggestion?
You're right. Big thanks to both of you. It really got the ball rolling. Oh, Nelson, hi.
Well, Nelson Foster. I'd say I'm surprised to see you here, but I'm really not. Patsy, he's had his eye on you for a little while now.
Oh, well, we met a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, and you've been keeping this a secret from your best friend?
Hey, Sandra, Roy, if it's a bad time, I can come back.
Nelson, I got a flask.
That's settled, I'm staying.
I hired Nelson to do some odd jobs for me here and there.
Oh, is that what you call it nowadays? Odd jobs? What have you been doing? Lighting the furnace? Checking all the electrical outlets?
Now, watch your man.
Well, if you want to know the truth, Roy is close to being right.
Especially the electrical part.
Well, I think I'm going to need a drink, honey. Pass me that flask.
I hired Nelson to pretend to be my boyfriend to get the attention of my kids, and boy, did he do a great job.
You pretended to be her boyfriend? How far did you get to go to convince him?
Yeah. Tell us more.
Oh, you should have seen him. He told the most incredible made-up stories of his past, which caused my kids to become very concerned for their mother.
When Stone told me what Patsy's children intended to do, I did a little research to make my character, shall we say, over the top. I purposely fell right into their trap.
Oh, you should have seen their faces drop when he told about his past. Oh, Nelson, the stories you made up were perfect. You did great.
Honestly, Patsy, not all those stories were made up. The electric shock.
About the important thing is that our plan worked. The kids are going to come over on a regular basis now to protect me from people like Nelson. Oh, Nelson, I can't thank you enough. And you want to know what else? I had fun. I didn't think I would, but I did.
And it was fun getting to know you, Patsy.
And, the kids are concerned for me, but at the same time, I think they're kind of getting along much better. I don't think they mind coming over here.
Yeah, with your kids only seeing is believing.
Well, you two need to do some more preparations for their arrival. I mean, do you need us to leave?
Nah, I think Nelson has just come over to collect his payment. I owe him one homemade dinner.
Actually, that's what I came to talk to you about.
Oh, well, would you prefer to discuss it in private? I think that means we should go, honey.
I'm not moving unless ordered.
Ooh.
You don't have authority in this house. That order has to come from Patsy.
Nelson, now, we did make an arrangement that if you would like some additional compensation, I might consider. Oh, you did such a great job.
Ordered or not, there's no way I'm leaving now.
Believe it or not, I enjoyed your family very much.
Must have been a very short visit.
But more importantly, I enjoyed you. Now, I know you agreed to make me a cake, or a meal, but honestly, I want more. What I really want is another date.
What should I say? Say yes.
but the kids don't trust you. They won't like it.
Didn't they say they'd support your decisions?
As a matter of fact, they did.
Then take them at their word.
Actually, the fear Nelson would be a great way to keep them on their toes.
Actually, I agree, honey. Let me have that drink again.
I'll do whatever you want when the kids are here.
Does that mean she has to do whatever Nelson wants to do on their dates?
We'll take those things one day at a time. All I ask is that you give me another chance to get to know you better.
What should I do? Say yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Glad that's settled. Now I have to go take a crap.